Well, looks like it's time, so let's go. Hello. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. So I went and got some new colors recently. And all fancy. Alright, I got more mica powders. I needed a black for one of the commissions that we're going to be working on tonight. Actually, for two of them. And I've been wanting to get a red, like a good red for a while now, because I didn't really have a good red. I also kind of wanted like a brown. So I found a thing that had all sorts of different colors in it, which kind of worked out, because it's good. It had like a couple, like two different blacks, and I might mix them for one of the things. And then actually the other one I'm gonna try using the red. I don't know which one of these two reds I want to use yet. Kind of like a more wine. This one's called wine, and this one's called pure red. Hear my cat out there. He came in a moment ago to help spread cat hair everywhere. He's shedding. It's getting warmer out. But then also, so I have just a couple of D6s. One of them is going to be black, one of them is going to be rose gold. And then I have a set of fate dice. I'm going to do some tests tonight with some of the red and the black colors in a couple of different designs, just to see. Oh, that's the wrong thing. No wonder. Okay, sorry, I had the wrong thing. I need fate dice. That was a bunch of D6s. We're going to be messing around with some of the red and black mica again with the set of fate dice, or fudge dice, whichever you want to call them. Just to try out a couple of different designs, which is for a different commission, but I want to get the design figured out before doing the actual dice for that, because I have some materials that are going to be added to that like I can only add once, so I'll show you that. And then I'm going to do a set of D10s. They're going to be like this, but they need more brown. So here was the ones I did on Monday. So brown and like copper, but these, they didn't have enough brown. So I need more brown in these, a little bit more swirled through, which should be doable. Is it Wednesday already? I know, right? It goes so fast. How are you doing, Omar? But then also, I think I should have enough for like another set of dice, because I think the like 2 D6s and the fate dice, that should be about 30 milliliters. Watching cats do countdown? What? I'm pretty good. Having my my normal existential crisis of I'm not making anything unique. But I mean, you know, I gotta have like at least one existential crisis. Oh, 8 out of 10 cats. Oh, okay. Good choice, good choice. Actually, I haven't watched a ton of 8 out of 10 cats, but I do like British panel shows. So, you know, I am a little biased there. I should watch more of 8 out of 10 cats. I watched some of it. Speaking of cats, he was just in here. So we've got a set of fate dice, a couple of D6s. I think this right here will be about 30 milliliters. You'd think he never gets any attention. Just a second. We're gonna have... Oh, they do a game show Friday nights after the regular game show. Oh, that's fun. Just a moment. I'm gonna let a cat in very quickly, because he's very upset right now. So we'll get our early... Come on, buddy, come here. No, I'm not going with you. You can come say hello to people, though. He wants me to come hang out with him. Hi, buddy. Oh, I picked him up and he started purring. Yes, you're not going to go running around. You're not going to go running around. You're already adding cat hair. Yes. He's purring. He's not a very loud purr, but he's purring. Hi. You want to say hello to everybody? See, he's fine now that I've picked him up and he's in here. He's just so sad that I won't come hang out with him. Buddy, you're not gonna go running around. No. No, you're not gonna go running around, Fitz. Okay, nope, you're going back out. You're going back out, buddy. Bye-bye, Fitz. I like so rarely call my cats by their actual names. Fitz just gets called Buddy a lot. But this will be about 30 milliliters. I'm going to do 5 D10s. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these, but these with more brown. These just didn't have enough brown. And that'll probably be, I don't know, maybe around 30 milliliters. Which means that I could do one more set of dice. He's still standing outside the door so sadly. But I kind of want to try something that uses some of the new colors that I got. Oh, here I can show you the, I made paint chips for these on, was it on Monday? I think it was Monday. Which is just, it's so useful to have, like, something to just show how the different pigments will show up in the resin. Because I feel like where's the one that I like to, I feel like this is the one that shows it off the best. But can I break apart failures and make dice with them? I haven't done that, but I do have just a little bit of scrap, resin scrap, from making dice. Well, no, you see, the thing is, I have just a bit, just a little bit, just a tad, this stuff's, I actually sorted this by color, and I have done dice with scrap in them before. Maybe I'll do a set of those tonight. They take a while though, just to break it down. But that'd be fun. I did recently commandeer a like one of those individual blender things. It's part of a magic bullet, and did some. This one is purely my my arts and crafts one now, and did start breaking down some stuff. And I did actually try a set with these. Do I have one here? I have one here. It worked okay. I think I needed to put not as much of this stuff in there, but it ended up looking cool. But I don't know, kind of. See if I can get it so you can see. Who wants to find it? There we go. This is with that stuff that was ground up. So I mean, I should do some more stuff with ground up resin. I was actually asking at one point. It's been a little bit now. I was asking for ideas of what I should do with all of this scrap because there's so much of it. But we could do something with some resin scrap tonight, and then maybe one of the new colors, or more than one of the new colors. I don't know. I've done a couple of dice sets with resin scrap before. I actually have some cut up over here too. This is little bits that I just cut up with scissors. Which order? Which order are we talking about? Oh, the order that's talking about coming in? Yes. Oh, let me grab them. It's all of these ones. I went and made, look at all those pretty colors. Look at all the pretty micas. And they actually seem to be really well pigmented too. It's so satisfying. But no, they seem really well pigmented too, which is exciting to me. Yeah, I'm going to be messing around with the red and the black today. Hippie Crafter. I don't know, I found it on Amazon. It was fairly well rated. So, yeah. But, from what I've seen so far, they seem to be good quality mica powders. Let me set this off to the side for now. I do need to probably rearrange all of my like craft space now because I need somewhere to put all of those. But yeah, things are a little crowded here. I did kind of clean things up a little bit earlier today, but okay, for the D6s, one of them's gonna be like a shimmery black, and one of them's gonna be a rose gold. You gotta wait. She's probably still at work. That's usually a little bit later on, depending on whether she's working or not. Alas, you are all by yourself at the moment, unless someone else helps on. I have cat hair in my mouth from Fitz. I also have random pieces of leaf on my thing from Fitz. Okay, let me put these away. I do think that, like, I have an idea for, like, the commission. Just a second, this is gonna be loud. I'll do this before trying to talk. Okay. This is the best stream. It's just loud clanking of things. Is that what's happening? Okay. Yeah, so I have plans for all the commissions, but for a set of dice, what do we want to do? Because we could do something with some chopped up resin scraps. But I do want to kind of try some of these too. You know, let me grab something. Loud noises going on, random tangents about cat hair and leaves. You know, you come to a Liz stream, you gotta expect this stuff. You know, I feel like this is just all of my streams. So I was looking up. There was a set of dice that I made early on. Let's see if I have them. Oh, yeah. Here's a couple. This was back before I had my own molds and everything. That I made. They had all sorts of different, like, blues in them. It might be fun to try and make just like a set of these. But maybe I could try using some of my new colors. I don't know. I think if I was going to make these again, I'd just make them with the colors that I already have written down for them. Yeah, I like these too. I made a set like this for my mom. She really likes the color blue. I think I kind of want to just try making a set of these, even though it's not going to use my new colors. Although I could probably use this one in place with that. Just a second, let me. They're very similar. I think I kind of just want to try making a set of these. Even though it doesn't use the new colors, we're going to try out the new colors with the other thing anyways. But I'm going to try making a set of the blue dice. Alright. I'm keeping these separate for now because I think I want to kind of try and take a photo of them for like a review on Amazon. Okay, I have my... So we'll figure out something with all the scrap later. Maybe I'll take some time at some point, probably off stream, and cut up a whole bunch of scrap. Okay, so I need for these ultramarine blue, Caribbean blue, duo blue green. Have that one here, and then clear with bright blue glitter, which I believe is this bright blue glitter. And then I need. Here's the Caribbean. That is empty. I have to go grab the big thing of the Caribbean blue, apparently. I'm knocking things over here. All right, let me grab the two colors that are with my soap stuff. That takes these two as well. And that should be good. Yeah, these will be easy enough to make. Cool. Chromatic castles. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I looked at their, ugh, everything's so pretty. There's too many pretty things. Too many pretty things. Oh, I actually need one more thing from over there. I need the rose. What's the other one that I love everything from? That's where I got this. Solar color dust. They also have really pretty things. It's just like, oh, I want everything from there. There's so many cool different pigments out there. Like, you know, I got stuff from Culture Hustle. Really pretty pigments. Very, very pretty pigments. Really good glow in the dark powder. Yeah, I'll have to get something from Chromatic Castle at some point. I mean, I just got some pigments, so don't know if I could justify that one. Richard Ioate and Joe Wilkinson are super underrated. Are they the ones from Chromatic Castle? I am following Chromatic Castle on like Instagram. I think they're the ones, they just started fairly recently, right? They just opened fairly recently. I know there was one, I think that's Chromatic Castle. Oh, Richard Ioate. Oh, yeah. You're talking about 8 out of 10 cat. Oh, yeah, no, I love Richard Ioate. He is hilarious. He has such a dry sense of humor. Yeah, you're watching two things at once. I try to do that. I try to watch two things at once, and it never ends up well. I always have to like pause. I end up like getting distracted by one, and then I have to pause the other thing and go back because I completely missed what was going on. All right, let me get things figured out. So, for the D6s, one of them's going to be rose gold, one of them's going to be black. Now, with the black, we wanted to have kind of like that swirling shimmer to it. Neither of these really have that, partially because of how much I added and because it was pretty liquidy when I added it, I think. I think I want to add it to the container once it's a little bit thicker, so it'll kind of have all those swirls in it. And this is obviously a little bit more gray. It's very like sparkly. Ooh, obsidian dice. There's so many different kinds of obsidian too. I feel like this would be a good pigment for that. It has a slight kind of shimmer to it, but it's not a lot. But I think I'm going to mix these two together a little bit for the black, because this one has more shimmer to it. What am I mixing it with? Just resin? What do you mean? Oh, I was going to mix these two together. So one of them is kind of more shimmery, and one of them is just kind of more, it's darker, but it doesn't have a lot of... This is just going to be a black dye. The D6s, one of them is going to be black, and one of them is going to be rose gold. And then the pips on them are going to be opposite. But I think I'm going to try... They just want like a shimmery black for one of the D6s. That's the plan. But I think I'm going to try mixing them together a little bit, because I want this... Oh, okay. Yeah. Just confusing. I feel like I have not been able to explain myself well today. It's just been one of those days. I was trying to explain something to my brother earlier, and he was like, what? Just like, oh dear. Alright. Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't planning on doing a black rose gold swirl. If I have leftover resin, I'll probably end up doing something like that for like a keychain. I don't know if I'll do an extra die with these, just because there's only going to be two dice. But depending on how much extra resin I have, we'll see. That is why I pulled out a spare. I was kind of thinking, we'll see. We'll see how things end up. Because I need to figure out, I could use both of these. I might end up using, ow, 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 ow. Just shoved a piece of resin under my fingernail. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Here's the thing. I might end up using the 2 single dice. I don't want the black and the rose gold to mix. So I might end up doing just the 2 singles. It's just that I have one that has the 1 up and one that has the 6 up. You just got goosebumps. Oh, from me getting resin under my fingernail. I'm okie dokie. I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of this graphite one, which I do really like. The one here that's called graphite, which is this more sparkly one, and I might need to add some more of that for my other experiment. It almost, if the light, it's like a gray, but if the light hits it at certain angles, it almost has like a holographic effect. You almost get some other colors in there. You can kind of see. It almost works better with it being blurry, so you can kind of see how there's some other kind of colors in that shimmer. Yeah, I like this one, but I think it'll help make the dark black a little bit more shimmery, which is the goal there. As for the, okay, let's move on to the rose gold first, because that's for the same set. We'll just grab a mixing cup here. And I finally got some rose gold paint in recently, which is nice. I just did a set of dice with that earlier today. I went to the local craft store to see if I could find some rose gold acrylic paint for doing like the numbers. And they just did not have any. They had spots for it. I mentioned this earlier, but I did finally use the rose gold paint today. It works well. Hopefully it matches this well. Let me set these here. That's gonna be, so we have our black and our pink. I'm gonna do those in the singles. I'll put that away. And then if we have extra, I'll do a little crystal here, and that'll be for like a keychain. All right. And then, so for the fate dice / fudge dice, I'm going to be doing some tests. And the reason for that is, that's for a later commission. Eventually I'm going to be doing a set that have these little bones in them, which were sent to me by the person that they're for. So I want to make sure that we have the design exactly how we want it before I use the actual bones. So the idea was to do some sort of swirl of like black and red, or just like a shimmer of black and red, but I'm not sure. We're gonna try a couple different things. I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of different things. We're gonna try just a little bit of this graphite here as just kind of a shimmer, a little bit of a shimmer. Let me set that down. We're gonna do, let's see here, it's gonna be just red. Just one. We're gonna do like a little bit of like the graphite, and then a little bit of the black, the silver black as it's called. Yeah, silver black. He's still so unhappy out there that I'm not hanging out with him. And then I'm going to do a little bit of red in here too, and we're going to see how the red and the black do together for adding a little bit of shimmer. Because I don't know how well that'll work. We're going to do the bright red. up a new stir stick. Okay, little tiny bit of red, because I'm not sure how it will do. I don't know if it'll end up like a weird brown or something if I do both red and black as a kind of shimmer, possibly. So we're going to try that out. We have just our graphite there, which is very, very glittery. Actually, I wanted to do, I'm going to do kind of a little bit more. And that one we're going to do like a little bit more opaque and try kind of swirling that in there and see how that looks. And then we're going to try doing some of this wine color, which is maybe a little bit too purple, but that's why we're doing tests. I kind of think that this is going to be a little bit too purple, actually. I'm not going to do the wine. I think the wine is going to be too purple. I'm just going to stick with the red. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with the red. But I do want to do a little bit of red. Ah, here's the red. Wine dice. Could do wine themed dice. That's a thing. That's a thing that could be done. Just putting a little tiny bit of red in there. So we're going to try doing just like a clear with like a red shimmer. So we'll probably do clear with like the red kind of swirl in it. We'll do one that has the black and the red mixed together. We'll do one that has like maybe is like maybe half and half, like half of it's the red shimmer and half of it's the black shimmer. I think I want one more thing. I think I want to try doing just the silver black, because I have just the graphite. I want to try just the silver black as a shimmer and see how it looks, because I don't know. You know, I did these little tests to see how the colors would look. See how the colors would look like opaque, but I don't know how this black will look. It's just kind of a glitter. So we'll try that. Alright. Get those out of the way. So we've got our colors there to try out with our fake dice. Alright, and that's our black and our red. Let me get these out of the way so we don't end up with, you know, stuff all over them. And then we have our D10s, which I'm going to do that we're doing with the copper and then with the brown. And to get the brown, I just mix a little bit of orange with a little bit of black. Makes a good brown color, because brown is really just kind of a dark orange. It's kind of a muted dark orange. For the copper, I don't actually have just plain old copper foil, so I'm just going to steal some out of this like mixed colors bag. We'll use that. Let me find a clean mixing cup. What did I use to mix this before? Ah, we'll just use the mixing cup that I used for these, because the clear with the coppers is how we want it, but it just needs more brown in it. Didn't have enough brown. He's still so sad. I'm sure you can hear him screaming out there. You'd think that he never got any attention. Oh, someone showed you a good seller on Etsy for metallic flakes. If you have a link, I'd love one. I'm probably doing okay on metallic flakes at the moment, but you know, I'm always down for finding new places to get things to. Although I should not get any more things at the moment. How goes your quest towards making dice? Because you were talking about making dice, weren't you, at one point? resin out of here. All right. So we're just gonna steal the copper out of here as much as we can. So just have to kind of rifle through, find the copper bits. It's not really like a pure copper color either. It's kind of a oxidized one, but like oxidized strangely, but like it still looks coppery, which is what I want. Things end up small enough that it ends up looking like copper. Oh, excellent. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I will keep that up so that I can find it later. See if I can get more copper flakes out of here. That was maybe not super copperish, but that's okay. Those are super copperish. Perfect. Might be easier to go this way. Into the bag this way. And I don't want the gold. Yeah, this one has kind of a mix of like gold and copper. And then kind of like a reddish and kind of like a greenish in here. It's kind of a strange mix. Oh, you have to pay off a few things before you can replace your masters. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's sad on the masters. Forgot about that. But I think everything ready with the ability to make molds. Oh man. Yeah, I mentioned it on social media, and I think I also mentioned it in the Discord, but I got my my jumbo masters in, and they're so big and chunky. Alright, that's probably enough copper. It doesn't really take a ton. It's hurting you to see all these neat things you can't play with. Just scrolling through all of the different fun pigments and everything. Let me show you. Yes, I was just about to grab. So here's the D20, which maybe doesn't look super big. Let me. There's a regular 20 for scale. I just started polishing these today. The only one that I've actually like gotten through all the papers with is the D6. Oh, and I did the D2 as well. I'm gonna throw this in the tumbler, I think, to finish polishing it because I have all sorts of like micro scratches on it. But there's the D6. There's a regular size D6 for scale. And then also I have a D2. I'm gonna have a D2 soon to include with things, since it make those to match orders too. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, to be fair, I'm almost. Let's put that there. I'm almost most excited about these. I'm gonna grab these. I'm almost most excited about these, which I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a cast of these before I polish them, because I actually want a set that's matte. But they are just actually. Let me try this because I haven't actually tried this. They should be just slightly smaller than my regular dice. Yep. So I can like make a blank die, and then I can do whatever I want there, and then I put it into my normal mold, and I can do like a second layer over the top. And I'm excited to try things with that, like painted things and that sort of stuff, because I like painting. I like painting things. But I gotta make all of the molds and everything. All right, there's that, and then I do need a second one for brown. Let's pull this resin out of here. I did the brown in like the main container last time. Let's not do that. All right. because I think I'm gonna do almost 50-50 between the clear with the copper and then the brown, and kind of try to swirl them together a little bit more. Cool. Let me move some stuff out of the way, and I also have a thing for a keychain there too. No, yeah, I'm gonna make molds. To be fair, like, I understand how your brain got there. Like, that seems like something that I would think for a little bit and then just be like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. I need to glue on a couple of pins to these so that I can do the tops. And then we're going to try and do some blue dice. And I actually have a little recipe here from back when I actually kept notes on how I did things, like a, you know, reasonable person who makes dice. Alright. I'm just grabbing a couple of containers here. So this one we're going to do... Wow, Fitz is so insistent tonight that he'd come hang out. He really wants to come hang out. This one, get there. And actually, that one, we'll do it that. I'll grab another. And that one will be good for the blue-green here. Okay. I don't know why Fitz is so adamant that he come into the craft. Actually, he doesn't even want to come into the craft room. He doesn't even want into this room. He wants me to go hang out with him upstairs, which is kind of amusing. Like, you remember saying something about a dice maker wanting to make like a cookbook where it's just recipes for making dice. I mean, you know, to be fair, that's a good thing to do even just for yourself too. Like, there's definitely dice that I've made where I've been like, oh no, what colors did I use? The sunset or sunrise dice that I did at one point with kind of the layers of the different colors. They go from like a shimmer yellow to like a clear blue. I made a couple more sets of those, but I could not remember the exact colors that I used. And so the couple sets that I made are using a different pink. I think I've actually figured out what colors I actually needed, but I'll make some more of those at some point. But it is a good idea to actually take notes on how you made things, which is part of the reason that I keep all of I have a backup of all of my streams. And I really should write things down more, but at least I have the streams. If push comes to shove, I can, you know, if I worked on it on stream, I can go back and hopefully find it. I should really update all, like, I should really update that all and get those all on YouTube. All right, let's add some colors here. Ooh. But that would be kind of cute if someone made like a cookbook, some sort of like arts and crafts cookbook, did it in like the style of a cookbook. Like, that would be cute. All right, so this blue, to be fair, at this point, I don't assume that I'll remember how I did things. Like, you know, I know how my brain operates, and I know I won't remember things. Which is part of the reason that I have my planner over here too. And I do write down things a lot. But it is kind of useful. To be fair, with resin, it's kind of a pain to try and write things down. Because usually, like, while I'm doing things, I'm covered in resin. But I'm trying to think of how much of this I need. That should be plenty, I think. Alright. I'm at least pretty good at remembering at this point that I'm not good at remembering things. Alright. Here's our dark blue. Here's our Carolina blue. Let me think about this. How much of this do I need? 10, 20. About, let's see, 7.5 plus 7.5 is 15. Plus 7.5 is 8. No, wait. 15 plus 7.5 is 22.5, right? Yes, 22.5. Oh, no, that would be fourths. Yeah, I know. I feel like I've gotten a little bit better with that, as I've gotten, I don't know. But, you know, yeah. Let me get, it's weird. I've said this before on stream. It is kind of weird finally getting an ADHD diagnosis at the age of 26. I don't know. It's just kind of like a, oh, that makes a lot of sense moment. She's like, oh, that does explain a lot of things that I've done in my life. Alright, let's see here. We're going to do some of this light blue. We're actually not going to do quite as much of the light blue as we do of everything else. Wow, he is so loud tonight, buddy. And we got this glitter. That should be plenty of that glitter, I think. I didn't actually, you know, like, write down how much, like, I have it in proportions, but I didn't actually write down, like, how much of glitter I should add to my container or anything. I didn't think that far ahead. Okay. We do have all of our colors now. Let me grab another stir stick. Oh, hey, look, I have a stir stick for blue glitter. Yeah. Tiny bit. And we're actually going to grab some pipettes for this one. The trick for this one was to add just little, like, drops of each color, like a little bit at a time. So, but I do need to grab molds, and I do want the numbers to be down. You're just meowing back. Yeah, that one's Fitz. It's Fitz yelling out there. He's sad. He's sad that I'm in here and I'm not out there with him, which is very sweet if you think about it, but at the same time, it's like, dude, chill out. I'll be done at some point. We can go hang out. It does make me so happy that my cats want to hang out with me, though. Like, it does make me happy. Just like, oh, they like me. They really like me. Even if they're a little bit annoying sometimes with how much affection they want. Like, all of my cats are, like, very, very attention hungry all the time. Put this back over here. Don't need that at the moment. Okay, last thing before we can actually pour resin is I need to glue these little pins onto, this is going to be a pendant, this is going to be a keychain. I am worried about the pendant here. So it has a mountain in it. I'm not sure if, it's hard to tell how far down that little middle part is, like how much of like a meniscus there is inside of there. I'm trying to figure it out. Ooh, come on, focus. I'm trying to figure it out by just kind of measuring it with like a little popsicle stick here. It's still kind of difficult. I think we're okay. I just don't want it to be too close to the mountain and then end up, you know, being like a focal point. Because this one has like a little tiny mountain in it. I'm making a necklace for my grandma. And then this one is going to go with, oh, I guess I could probably show you. I could show you the set of dice that these are going with. It's a mold. It has a little mountain in it. I'm making a necklace for my grandma. I just want to make sure that this isn't going to get glued too close to the mountain and end up as like a focal point. And then this one's going to be a keychain to go with, I can show you this set of commission dice. They're not sanded yet, but I feel like they turned out pretty cool. But they're going to go with this set of commission dice. I really like the D20 on this. I feel like the D20 ended up cool. It's all the colors and everything. This is a set of commissioned dice that I still need to sand, but I'm gonna be making the keychain. This is the keychain to go with it. So I'm just gonna glue on a little little pin here so that I can make a loop at the top. That's how I've been doing all of them. I probably should figure out a way to do like a cleaner, I should figure out a way to like kind of cover that, I think, a little bit. I think it would look cleaner, but I haven't. Maybe not for these, but like if I did some jewelry or something, it might be kind of cool. And I like the fact that the mushroom necklaces that I have in my shop are a little rustic looking. I feel like that actually kind of adds to the aesthetic. Like if I did too much fancy stuff on the top, it would kind of take away from the kind of handmade rustic vibe that it has going on. But if I did some like fancy jewelry type stuff, maybe I should do some like polymer clay or some sort of bead or something on top, just so that it's not just like a pin sticking out of resin. You know, finish it off somehow. Okay, we'll let those dry. And make sure that we've got everything set up here. Oops, let's not knock those around too much. Let me just think of the order I want to do this in. I think I want to do these. I want to do the D10s first because I want the resin to be liquidy enough that the copper and the brown will swirl together more. Because like with my first attempt, it didn't really swirl at all. We want it to swirl. So we'll do those first. Keychain. And then I think I should probably do these first, but we'll do those. And then we will do our tests here, and then we're going to do our black and our rose gold, and then we'll do these last. Because for the glitter to suspend in there, it needs to be quite a bit thicker. But let me put these away so they're, actually no, we'll leave these out. I do have one more thing that we might end up, I have a kind of a dump mold over here that's different than usual, but if we have a bunch of extra resin, I'll show that off. Get these things out of the way. I think we're all ready to pour some resin. I feel like that went quicker than usual. Something seems off, but I think that should be everything, all of our pigments and everything. So, all right, let me grab my safety equipment and we'll pour some resin. Now, let me move my stuff out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to be a little bit muffled for the rest of the stream, just a heads up. I'm going to be wearing a respirator, so it's going to be kind of just a little bit muffled. Let me grab this, let me grab some gloves. Grab a mixing cup. That one actually has, I got some a little flake of resin in there earlier while I was putting out the table. You know, like, did I, spend half an hour before this just scraping away at all of the resin on this table? Maybe. I guess that's the kind of thing that can keep me entertained for an extended period of time. All right, let me grab our resin. All right. So I'm using a 2-part resin. I'm going to pour even amounts of both, which is how this kind works. So let me what did I say that you could definitely tell? I've completely forgotten what I just said, so, whoops. Oh, these bottles are so sticky. Oh, did I just drink resin? Alright, I'm going to go quiet for a second here while I attempt to pour this accurately. Obviously I can't think and talk at the same, think and talk, yeah. I can't think and talk at the same time. I'll be right back. What's your British panel shows? I'll be back. That's probably really close. Yep. I don't know why these bottles want to get so sticky, but they do. I've used a bit of resin. I've used like half of this bottle already, and I did not get these too long ago. Alright, part 2. Dose. De. Sorry, I only know English and Spanish and French for that one. Alright. There's the second part. Should be good. And we'll grab something to stir with. Alright. And this will take a minute to stir up. You want to make sure everything's completely mixed together so that it'll set up. Oh. So yeah, we're just gonna, we'll just have a minute to chat while I stir this up, because it'll take a minute. Well, it'll probably take more than a minute. I don't know, I've heard some people say that they just mix for 5 minutes, and I guess I always do it by sight. I have no idea how long it actually takes me to mix up some resin. See, there's Jen tuning in from her car. Hi Jen, drive safe. It was funny, I just started streaming, and Omar was like, where's Jen tuning in from their car? I'm like, you gotta wait, she's probably working. But, drive safe. I'm just gonna chat about arts and crafts, I think, which is fairly normal. It's either that or cats, or strange stories about how my brain works weirdly. That seems to be the through line here. I mean, I feel like that's all that's going on with me, though. Which is actually what I was just going to talk about. Oh, who texted me? I thought I had turned off my my phone thing. Didn't turn off the phone, turned off the notification sounds. But apparently not. I might have just turned off the ringer or put it on vibrate. That's okay. Yeah, I was saying that, like, some people will, I've seen some people say that they just mix their resin for like 5 minutes. I do mine by sight. What I was going to say unresin related though was, I feel like I've fallen into a little bit of like a routine, which is fine. You know, it's good to have a little bit of a routine, but at this point, it's just like I'm doing the same thing every week, so I need something else to do. So I went and made myself like a Word document of things that I want, like things that I could do that are like different from what I'm just doing every day. Like, okay, I'm gonna do like a different kind of fun or like useful thing every Thursday, which is one of the days that I've given myself off.
So like, do a jigsaw puzzle, you know, organize your office, or, well, see, that's the thing. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of different things, and I've made myself a list so that I actually can think of things to do. I try and do something different every Thursday. So like tomorrow, I'm gonna go on a bike ride with my grandma. She bikes like every day. Um, so it's just something that's different from, you know, sitting watching YouTube videos and pouring resin. um, like I'm also kind of combating that a little bit by I actually like sat down and made some polymer clay things to put into dice at some point. I have some ideas with the new masters and everything. I think I can combat it a little bit just by starting to do some more intricate dice. I like doing the intricate ones, but I have to like slow down and actually think about them, which can be hard for me. Good for me, but hard for me. Actually planning things, but that's kind of my plan. But if you guys think of like fun things that I could do in like a day, or just something that I could research for fun, or something I could learn via YouTube videos, or I have like go on a walk. I have learn the second part of the Blender tutorial that I was working on at one point. Maybe like look up how to do. I've always kind of wanted to learn how to do fight choreography, like stage fighting and stuff. I'm like, maybe I could find some YouTube videos on that and go swing a random sword around in my backyard. Cook. I don't like cooking. But yeah, I don't know. That could be fun. I could try and bake bread or something. I am well fed. My brother likes cooking. He made chicken and yams and bacon wrapped asparagus this evening. It was good. It was really good. I'm spoiled when it comes to food. Oh. But it would be something different. It would be something different. I think cooking's one of those things where, like I said before, like I have to slow down and think about it. I have to actually like stop, and so then I just get like, I don't know. It's like something that I could do, but I never feel like I have the time to do it. Does that make sense? Like, it's one of those things that I could make the time to do, but I just like, I don't know. I never feel like I have the time to do it. But it works out because my brother cooks things. Oh. Dinner at my place. How's you coming over for dinner? I mean, not at the moment. There's a pandemic on, but soon, soon. I do look forward to having people over for dinner again at my house. Like that used to be like a thing. Like we used to have people over for like board games or D&D or something like that fairly often. We'd have dinner, have like a tea party or something. Like I do miss that. I look forward to having people over again. Although it doesn't mean that I need to clean my house. My house is like, see, that's something else that's on my list is cleaning house things, because I've just kind of like fallen into like a little bit of a slump, and so things haven't been getting like organized as much as I should. Like my house isn't dirty or anything. It's just I have random papers everywhere. I tend to get papers piled up. Okay, this is looking good. I think that's all mixed fully. Sure looks like it. I'm just wiggling this back and forth to see if there's any streaks. If there's any streaks, that means that it's not completely mixed, but it doesn't look like there's any. I'm gonna wait a second to pour a little bit clear on these, just because I'm not sure the glue is completely dried on those. But let's do these. Probably about 12.5 of each, maybe. I'm not quite sure exactly how much. I really should go through and measure each individual one. I've said this before, and I just keep forgetting. Each individual dye to see how much resin each type of dye takes. I just forgot. Alright. Okay, there's that. For the brown, I just do a drop of orange and a drop of black. It sounds like I should write that down. Should write which down? To organize my house, or I'm pretty sure I do have it written down that I need to organize my house. Measuring my dice. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I think my hands are actually clean enough that I could do that at the moment. I don't seem to be completely coated in resin yet, so we'll write that down. There, I have measured dice volumes written down now. Alright. Let me get this all mixed up. We'll see how this looks. It's orange and black. It's going to end up, hopefully, kind of dark. We're going for kind of a dark brown color. That looks like a dark brown. Let me just make sure it's mixed completely. It's probably going to look almost black on camera, but it is a dark brown. I think, yeah, that should be good. That's the dark brown we're looking for. And then make sure all of this copper gets broken up in here. And also doesn't get stuck on the sides like that piece is. Just want to make sure there's kind of in little pieces. I don't want any big clumps of the foil. I do want them to be kind of, recognizable as foil. I could maybe add a little bit more foil too, but I don't know on that one. Oh, alright. Should I add a little bit more foil? We'll do that before I get too resiny as well. Let me see if I can find just like a bigger piece of the copper. Oh, here we go. There's a bigger piece of the copper. It has a little bit of gold in it, but that's okay. In the water, children, in the water. There we go. Here's a good piece over here. Excellent. There we go. We've got a little bit more copper in there now. Got a little bit of gold on my fingers, but that's okay. Digging for foil looks very not fun. Yeah, I probably should just order some copper colored foil or something, but I do like the copper colored foil, so like, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's what I got at the moment, so it's what we're going with. But it's not like terrible or anything. Okay, get off of there, gold foil. Ah, drats, foiled again. Alright, let me mix in these chunks of copper foil I just added. Yeah, that seems like a better amount of copper. It seems better saturated with the copper foil now. And it's just a little bit more, but it's just enough. Yeah, exactly, foiled again. See, you knew what I was going for. So we're only going to go about halfway with this. I just did a little bit of brown last time. We're going to go almost half brown this time. But let's pour. Can you see what I'm doing? Scoot these over a little bit so you can maybe see a little bit better what I'm doing. Just going to pour some of this clear with the copper in. Going for about half and half. Let's try to get like kind of an even amount. I want to make sure there's copper in all of them. Make sure there's kind of an even amount of resin. I don't want to put like all of the resin in one on accident. Oops, I didn't get much copper. Let's put a couple pieces in there. Let's see, how can I figure out about where the middle is? So we could use a little bit more, I think. And I do think I'll maybe go a little bit more than half with this one, but not by much, because the brown is darker, so it will look kind of heavier, like it'll be more present than this part will, I think, but not too much more here. I just want to, yeah, I think that's probably plenty in here. I say as I add a little bit more. Okay. Alright, let me set this off to the side. That should be enough of that copper. And then we want this brown to get mixed in. It's nice, it's a very dark brown. And so I'm actually gonna, we want it to be kind of displace it a little bit. So I'm just gonna pour this in. And then we're gonna take our little stir stick and swirl it around in there too. Try to get it in all of these. I want to dome it a little bit, but not too much, because I am going to have to swirl it around a little bit, which is going to be a little bit more difficult if there's a ton of extra resin. We can add a little bit more after we get everything all kind of mixed up. Alright, so I'm probably going to add some more of that brown. We're going to add it to the lids at the very least, but we'll take just our little stir stick here. Actually, I'll grab this one here. It has a point to it. I'm just going to swirl this around a bit and kind of get it mixed in with that copper in there. Kind of mix them so that hopefully it'll be kind of clear on one end and then kind of brown on another. Let's see if we can get it kind of nice and even between the two. And I want it in kind of swirls and wispiness, so that's part of the reason. If I wanted it to be almost like more of a watercolor effect, or just kind of like two-toned. Oh, that's a different cat. Now Not, I think, has come to complain that she's not in here. Yeah, that would be Not. We have a different kitty cat who's decided to come be sad that we're not hanging out right now. I still say that clear on one end and brown on the other. Not the greatest of sentences. I mean, fair but accurate. You know, fair but accurate. Alright, let me add some of this brown to the lids. Oh, here, I might be able to show you the color. You can kind of see, just like a very dark brown. It's not as dark looking once it's not as all in one. It's not out there. It gets, you know, it's a little bit confusing us having named her Not, N-O-T-T. It definitely makes, yeah. If we tell her she can't do something and we're like, you're not doing this, and everyone's like, oh, Not's doing this? It's just like, okay, okay. I get it. So it may have been a little bit of a mistake. It's so hard to pick up tone via, like, written word. So hard to pick up tone. Alright, let me grab my fancy tray here, which is just a lid from something. And get these out of the way for now. Oops, and knock things over here off camera. Alright. So I'm just going to move these over here out of the way for now, so we can work on our next thing. And actually, I do want to make a keychain for this. So we're going to pour in our copper about halfway and then pour in some brown. Just assume all of your messages are sarcastic, unless they're not. Perfect, perfect. That seems like a good way to tell if they're sarcastic or not. Alright. Yes. Alright, we're making a keychain here. So I'm holding it up to my face so that I can kind of see on the inside a little bit. Which you can't really see, but you can kind of see the mix of colors there. I'm so glad that I can count on you to at least be somewhat consistent. But except when you're not. Alright, get those out of the way. Got a little bit of extra resin, which is fine. Move those back there. And spritz those down again. Get some of those bubbles out of the way. Alright, let's do our little tests next. And we don't need very much for these. I'm just going to pour the barest amount in all of these. Because we just kind of want to see how the different things sparkle. This one actually I do want to do opaque. Because I wanted to see how this red looked opaque. So there's even less than that one. So these sparkle together. I've gotten resin everywhere. That's not what I want. Alright. So, this is the graphite. And I'm just trying to see how these look as kind of like a sparkle. How they will tint the... Do I own Tabletop Simulator? No, I don't own Tabletop Simulator. Alright, okay, so that one looks, this is the graphite. It ends up kind of like a silver shimmer to it. Let's see how the black, like a silver black, I think, looks. Just a little bit in there. Because it was a little bit less shimmery almost. Yeah, it almost just tints it gray. Yeah, it almost just tints the resin gray. It's the boo. I don't know, I don't necessarily like playing D&D online. I just can't pay attention to it. Oops, I maybe added a little bit too much of this red even. Kind of tinted it more than I even wanted it to. You know, it added kind of some shimmer to it, but it almost just changed the color a little bit more than I expected. The meow just now. Oh yeah. See, I've tuned it out at this point. I'm so used to the cats being sad that they're not allowed in here. Oh, just a ton of board games. Oh, see, oh. That actually might be something that I should look at because I do have like a weekly call with friends and we've been trying to find like games to play together. Just like chill games to play together while we like hang out on like Zoom. And see, something like that could be good. I'll have to actually look at that. Although we probably all need to get it, I would think. I'm assuming it's on Steam. Is it on Steam or? I'll have to look at that. Okay, there's our more opaque red. And then last is on Steam. Okay, I'll have to look at that. And this is a mix of the graphite, the red, and the black. Let's see how that looks. Just no mousetrap. Alright, I guess we can't play mousetrap, but that's okay. I remember that game when I was, like, my favorite part of that game when I was a kid was just putting the big Rube Goldberg machine together. Like, the physics for that breaks the game. So the big Rube Goldberg machine does not like it. Alright, it ends up kind of brown if I mix the black and the red together. That's unfortunate. Okay, so here's what I think the graphite might be a good way to go. I don't know about the red yet. But I always enjoyed putting the like Rube Goldberg machine together for Mousetrap. Okay, I think I'm gonna try the graphite here and some of the red. Let me just pour this. Hello! Hi home, I'm Liz. Considering more options for your funny bard. Yeah, it sounds like you've been working on your bard quite a bit. Alright, I'm gonna put this graphite in here. I like this one the best, but it's a little bit more silver than black, I think. And then the black is not as, yeah, the black's not as shimmery as I would have liked, but I don't know. Both of us. Never played level 14 before. You want everyone to live. Oh, valid. I know, like, once you get up to, like, those higher levels, things suddenly become, like, save versus death. It's like, oh dear. But also those higher levels are fun, like, because they have so many random, like, it's kind of, it can be hard to, like, remember all the skills and everything that you have at those higher levels, but also it's just, you get lots of fun skills at those higher levels, which is always exciting. Alright, let's go different thing for this. Alright. Just avoid using spell slots as much as possible. I mean, yeah. Try doing a little bit of that, and then some of this red on top. Actually, I'll probably do all of this red on top, it looks like. Looks like it's going to take all of it. Alright, so that's going to be this one. I'll make sure I line these up correctly. I'm not sure about these. I don't know. We'll see how they turn out. Yeah, if you can get away with using cantrips, that's a good point. Like, to be fair, cantrips can be super useful depending on what you have and how you use them. Like, just using, like, mage hand for things can be super useful. Even the, like, simple... See, I'm a person that likes non-combat stuff. Like, I like to think of D&D more as, like, a puzzle. Like, that's how I enjoy D&D. Like, fighting can be fun, but I enjoy kind of the puzzle aspect of it. That's a little bit too much resin. Put some of that on the lid. Alright. There's a piece of gold foil on the lid. Where did that come from? Okay. Now we're going to take this red here. Where did I just put the stir stick that I used for that? Oh, here it is. All the smells. Yeah. Bards are kind of nice because they have kind of a mix of things. Your bard is an unfortunate one-trick pony. Ooh, that's not necessarily great, depending on what their trick is. Let's see, this is kind of cool. So this one, I'm just kind of swirling some of this red in here, and I kind of like how that looks, but it might obfuscate some of the bones that are going to be in here. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. The last one shot you played, you struck Baba Yaga with lightning before getting banished. It's so funny hearing Baba Yaga now, because now I know a lady who taught her grandkids to call her that. And, like, she knows exactly who Baba Yaga is, and I know exactly who Baba Yaga is, but I doubt that her grandkids do. So it's just very, very funny to both of us. Alright. I'm going to put a little bit more resin in here. Let's see, did not roll above 13 for stats. Oh dear. So everything is average or +1, and you got an 18, making her charisma 20. Oh! Her constitution is +2 due to you finagling feats. Oh, okay. But still, yikes. That's not great rolls. That's always, yeah. I feel like it's almost more fun if you get like a couple of really high stats and a couple of really low stats. Or like one really high stat and one really low stat and everything else is pretty good. Like there's a certain amount of fun in, you know, having a low stat. It's not really fun if all of your stats are just like average or below. You do have magic items offered to you to change some things up. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, depending on what it is, though, it can be fun to, you know, have a. It's just one of those cute nicknames like Nan or Yeye or Baba Yaga. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how she's treated it, but like she knows the stories. Take the con saves, but also another to make your spell DC 20. Ooh! See, that's nice too. Okay, I'm just gonna fill this one up with clear, because these are tests. I think my favorite is just the red swirl so far. Okay, this one's gonna need a little bit more resin in there. Okay. Alright. This one has the black. I think it almost just kind of discolored it though. It didn't really make it shimmery. I didn't have quite enough resin in there either. Oh, unfortunate. Oh well, that's okay. Reveler's Concertina. Oh, the hand cone of something. The one that Scanlan had. Hand cone. Can't remember what it was. It was a hand cone of something. Hand cone of. I don't remember. Oh no. Hand cone of Dirty Limerick. I don't think so, but like, somehow that seems, it's on brand. It's on brand, but somehow I don't think so. Alright. Here's the end of our tests. These are all just kind of testing things, so switch these down, break the surface tension a little bit, helps get all of that, all the bubbles to pop. I'm going to set this off to the side now. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about any of that, but we'll see how things turn out. Sometimes things turn out, you know, better or different than I would have expected. Amulet of Health would make your con stat 19, making the modifier +4, and give extra health. Ooh. See, like, that would be kind of nice. Alright, we need about a little bit more than 5 milliliters, I believe. Let's get up to the amount that we need. Alright, I think that should be enough. That's our rose gold. Hand cone of hitting on pipe. Oh, I can't remember what it was. It was hand cone of something. Go to 5 here. Hand cone of. It was like hand cone of da 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 da, and I can't remember what the da 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 was. actually take the spell save bonus. Oh gosh. I mean, if you're gonna be in a wizard's tower, it'd probably be useful to be able to save against spells. Do I have enough here? Yes, perfect. We should have plenty for all of our projects. Okay, let's mix up our black. I might need to actually add a little bit more black, we'll see. But, yeah, this will end up a little bit more sparkly than shimmery. So we might need to add a little bit more of the silver black. That'd be okay. I don't know. It has some swirl in it. I might add a little bit more of the silver black in there. I would like to not be squishy. Yeah, that would probably be useful as well, to not be squishy. Alright, let me just show you the rose gold here that we're going to be pouring as well. Actually, it looks really pretty. Let me make sure I get all of it scraped off the bottom there, though. I could maybe add a little bit more here as well, but I think, honestly, if I add too much, I don't think it'll get the swirls as much. Here, see if I can angle it so you can see. You can kind of see the shimmer there of the gold. Hand cone of clarity. That's what it was. Hand cone of clarity. All right, so there's our rose gold, and that'll have some nice swirls to it. We're gonna pour that when it's a little bit thicker. Black though, just a little bit kind of harder to see the swirls in the black. Like they have it, it has it, but add a little bit more of the silver black, because this one's a little bit more of that shimmer. Like it's not super shimmery, but it's like a little bit more on that side of things, and it is glittery, which the graphite, you know, added some of that glitter. That's more of that shimmer. You know, I want to have kind of those streaks of different shimmers to it, kind of a different color shimmer. So that, mix that in. It'll be mid-range betwixt your sorcerer in the back and your rogue in the front. Squishy party, yeah. Ooh, there we go. I think that's going to be good. It has the kind of glitter from the graphite color, and then it has some of that kind of shimmery swirl to it from the silver black. It's a little bit hard to see. I think it'll be, I feel like it'll be a little bit hard to see on camera. We'll see if I can, yeah, it's hard to see on camera, especially with the lighting and everything, but I think that should be good. Yeah, we're gonna wait for that to get a little bit thicker, and then we'll pour that in. In the meantime, let's start getting these put together. These are going to be a series of like we're going to have all sorts of different blue colors. Oh yeah, you weren't here earlier, Jen, when I was getting all of my blue colors ready for this set. This is based on one of the original designs that I poured back before I even had my own like dice, my own masters and everything. So we're gonna try this out. So we want kind of the same amount of all of them, except about half the amount of this blue-green. So let's probably almost 10 of all of these, and then not quite as much of this one. Okay. And part of that's just because I want the darker colors I want these dice to be a little bit darker, and that blue-green is just a little bit lighter. I don't want them to be too light. That's how I ended up doing it like this. Oh, it'd be nice. Yeah, that's a thing with party composition. To be fair, like I am that person. Like to be fair, sounds like my brother too. We're both that person that's just like, let's see what everybody else is playing first, and then we'll try and fill in with something that's missing. Because like it's nice to have like a balanced party. It's nice to have like a healer and a tank, and a DPS person. Let's go up to 5 or so. Okay, I think that should be enough. I'll just add a little bit more here. I'll do a little bit extra of these, because these would make a good, just kind of like, and I'll save a little bit in there. Let me just add a little bit more to both of these, just in case. It'll be good to have a little bit extra for a keychain there, so we'll add a little bit extra over here. Okay, and I have just the barest amount left in here, which is just in case I need a little bit more on one of these. Oh, no one ever wants to be a healer. To be fair, I've only played cleric once. It's actually pretty fun. Clerics are kind of fun because you can be almost anything with a cleric. You could be a tank, you could be a healer. You're always cleric or druid. Bards get a little bit of healing, but all right. Here's our blue-green. Looks very blue, and then it shimmers green. It's a little bit hard to see the shimmer on camera because once you get the light at the right angle, it like I guess you can see. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see the green. You can kind of see it a little bit, that shimmer in there. It's kind of a very pale green. This one is a nice dark blue. This I should get more of this pigment. I use it a lot. This is one of the colors that I use in my Galaxy dice. The only problem with it is that it clumps a lot. You want to be party mom, but you also want to belt ABBA. I mean, you gotta belt ABBA. But I mean, if you change your mind, I'll be first in line. Yeah, I've just realized that I know a lot of ABBA lyrics. That was one of the bands that I grew up listening to because my mom liked ABBA. I did, and actually that was one of the songs, so I found out about like Twitch Sings like a month before it went away. I think, and that was back before I was a Twitch affiliate too, which meant that I couldn't like invite other people to come do it with me, which was sad. But I did go and do it on like a friend's stream and stuff at one point. But one of the songs that I sang for that was Chiquitita. Because I know a lot of ABBA lyrics. You're terrible with remembering lyrics, but you can mumble along things. Fair. That's one of the things that I'm actually really good at, like music. I can usually, a lot of things I can sing without thinking about it, which is part of the reason that music does not keep me awake on long car rides. If I'm going to be driving for a long period of time, I need like a podcast or a musical or something with a plot, because music I can sing along to without thinking about it. So I end up with, it doesn't keep me awake. But I know a lot of music. It makes it so like, that's one of the things I love doing. I love singing, but I don't want to get like copyright struck or something for like singing on stream. I don't know how to do that. You can listen to a song like 50 times in a row and you still mess up the lyrics on the next listen. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. It's just different things for different people. But lyrics is one of those things that I can remember. I can't remember like dance steps or anything, but music I can do. Yeah, no, I should figure out some way to be able to sing on stream, because I like singing, guys. I like singing. You can't remember lyrics, but you can remember beats and harmonies. Yeah, I do. To be fair, that's something that I do too quite often. Is I will sing a harmony to like a song on the radio, even if it's one that it doesn't have. You get to cheat by reskinning lyrics to fit situations. I mean, that's a good point actually. Because there's the whole what's the word? Parody law. You can basically do that. Because like under like parody law, you can use other people's content as long as you're doing some sort of parody of it. So that would you can kind of cheat by doing different lyrics and stuff for an existing song. So what we're going to do is we're going to add just little drops of all of these different colors, just kind of one at a time. I just want a little bit at a time. And I'll go one by one. Tell me what's wrong. Yeah, that'd probably be the way to go. Probably be the way to go. Alright, I'm actually gonna hold off on that for a moment in order to pour these, I think. So if you get the amulet to get your constitution to 19 and take resilient, that's +9 to concentration checks. That's evil, but probably also hubris. I mean, yeah. Alright, let's see if we can keep the swirls. I think maybe it's thick enough now. So I'm gonna try pouring this in kind of a thin stream because I want it to have all of the swirls in it. You know, it would almost maybe work a little bit better with a, I don't know if this would work better or not with a, oh man, what am I thinking of? What's it called? There's two types of molds, cat molds and sprue molds. I wonder if it would work better with a sprue mold. I don't know. But you can see, the rose gold there. gimme for Summon Celestial. Yeah. That seems like a good choice. Seems like a good choice. Ah, cat hair, not cat hair. Get out of there, cat hair. It's always cat hair. Gimme midnight. Awesome. Alright, we're going to do kind of the same thing for the black. Hopefully it ends up a little bit swirly. I guess we'll see. Kind of worried that it's not going to end up too swirly enough, but I guess we'll see. I actually added probably a little bit too much black here. Let's add a little bit to the lid instead. Yeah, it has some swirl to it, but we'll make sure that it ends up. The next time you cast Spiritual Guardians, you're gonna have a magical girl transformation. That would be pretty. That's pretty funny. All right, let's see. So speaking of swirling the black and the pink together, let's do that a little bit. And kind of swirl the black and the pink together for a keychain. So as you can see, I'm just kind of pouring these in here. Oh good, they're definitely thicker, which is what I wanted. A little bit thicker. Not touching the spell. There's so many classes and stuff that I have not played in D&D 5th edition. I think that's enough of the black. Let's add some more of the pink. We kind of ended up almost in layers, but that's fine. That is fine. Part of it's just because it's thick enough now that it's starting to not swirl as much. And this is getting a little bit thicker, which is actually what I want. Because it makes it so that I can kind of start adding more colors in each section almost. That doesn't really make sense, but like in the D6 here you can see I kind of have three different, oh, if it'll, kind of hard to see. I have like three different colors on the bottom there. It never wants to focus. There we go. You can kind of see. There we go. You can see this glitter, the dark blue, and the light blue there. That's kind of what I'm going for here. It's kind of a mix of things. You want to play a paladin, just tank and smite. Oh, playing a paladin is actually really fun. I have a paladin that I think she's like 8th level. It was supposed to be a one-shot, and it ended up not being a one-shot. But she's a lot of fun to play. So I originally made her for a different campaign. I originally made her for like a campaign that was supposed to be kind of fairy tale-esque. And she was kind of on a quest to go find like her girlfriend that had disappeared. And also she was part of like a noble family that she was supposed to get married to this other dude and kind of ran off and ended up like a paladin of like, it was a whole thing. But for her traits, like for like personality, I just had written down confident, and then for her flaws I had written down overconfident. She just has a tendency to just like jump into anything and be like, yes, onwards, we shall go rescue these people, and not even like think before jumping down a trapdoor hatch or something, which honestly was very fun to play. Her wisdom was very low, but her confidence was very high, which, you know, relatable. I mean, actually, no, not relatable. I'm not that confident. What am I talking about? Alright, let's add some of this. Alright, I'm trying to kind of add a little bit of everything to all of these. I'm trying to do it in kind of little gloops. Little gloops and glops. Just a little bit at a time. I kind of want them to like what am I talking about? I was talking about my paladin that I had, who was very overconfident, which was a lot of fun to play. And then I'm talking about adding resin and gloops and glops, which is a very technical term for a small amount in a little section. Very technical, obviously. Everything's very technical here. Let's get that in there. I just want to try and add a little bit of every color to all of these, but like a little bit at a time. I'm trying to go fairly even. Make sure that all of the colors end up in all of them. Alright, let's just do the D4. Alright. I'm just going to lean that against there. What you talk about? And for some reason Gary Coleman pops into your head saying, what you talking about, Willis? Sorry, all I can think about with that is Avenue Q, which is like R-rated Sesame Street. It's a musical, but one of the characters in it is just literally Gary Coleman. Alright. Everyone's jokes. Alright. There's the D4 all done. You can see I kind of tried to get all of the colors in there. Just a little bit. You know Avenue Q? Alright. little bit more of the light blue. And some more of our glitter here. To be fair, I never know like what people are. I guess there's probably a bit of overlap between D&D people and theater people, but you never know. I never know. You haven't seen the entire. Oh, you know what? Yeah, this. I actually have seen the entire musical. My grandma loves that musical. It took me to see it at one point. Maybe an odd sentence to say for anyone who knows the musical, but yeah, my grandma took me to see it. To be fair, most people that, even if you haven't seen Avenue Q, you might know the song "The Internet Is for Porn." That's from Avenue Q. But it's a it's a musical, all right. All right, a little bit of our glitter here. There's our D6 all done. Just trying to add all of the different blues in there, and some of it will sink, and that's fine. Like the glitter will try to sink, and the some of the clumps in the dark blue will try to sink, which I'm actually trying to have happen. It has kind of a speckled effect, which I like. At least for this, you know, some things I don't want a weird speckled effect. This one I like the weird speckled effect. I feel like it's kind of fun. A little bit of our light blue. We'll do the last little bit of our light blue. I think that should be probably enough. Let's add some of these colors to the lid though. A little bit of the glitter. And just a little bit more. We want it to be kind of domed a little bit, just so that there's enough resin. Ooh, let's not have the random cat hair in there though. That's not what we want. We don't want the random cat hair. We just want a little extra resin. Oh, where did this random piece of resin come from? It must have fallen in there. Alright. Oh, it probably came off of one of these. Maybe didn't clean these the best. Alright, it's definitely getting pretty thick, which will help keep things suspended, but does mean I'm nearing the end of my work time here. Oh, this might be a pretty short stream actually. Might be a short one tonight. I've got things set up pretty quick. Which is always nice. I should probably start doing that more often, just kind of setting things up a little bit before the stream even starts. I feel like it helps things run smooth. Make sure that I have like my materials kind of laid out already for the most part. I don't know. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Please don't quote me on that. Alright. I spritz these down. Just hopefully help break some of the surface tension on there. Get things, get the bubbles popping on the surface. I should like listen to some more musicals. Like I used to listen to a lot of musicals. It's been a long time since I've done any musical theater. Like go sit on Discord and draw. Yeah, go for it. You think you're doing it now? If you're doing it after the stream, maybe I'll come hop on and hang out for a little bit. I might go play Minecraft at the same time. Like, just gonna put that out there. But, come hang out while you draw. Or maybe, actually, you know, I could go work on... I'm trying to stream After Party. Stream after party on the Discord. Would you mind sending the, would you do the command for the Discord in chat, Jen, if you don't mind? My hands are a little gloopy at the moment. Thank you. There we go. Sorry. I guess I'm inviting people to come watch you draw, which maybe you didn't want, but yeah. So there is. I'm assuming you're going to do it on that Discord, but if you're doing it on a different Discord, whoops. But yes, we do have a Discord where we hang out and chat about D&D characters and arts and crafts, and mostly D&D and arts and crafts. Let's be real here. All right, just got the D12 and the D20 left. Trying to do this fairly evenly. I'm kind of, it's getting a little bit thick. Let me see if I can get some of this out of there. I'm gonna start adding it with the little stir sticks. I think that'll be easier. Okay, get these out of the way. Alright. Almost done with the D20 here. Let's just finish this one up. Alright, use some of this dark blue. That in there. Okay. Get that out of the way. I have all sorts of random resin gunk on my fingers. Let's get that off. Ah! Yeah, it's getting very, very thick. I need to refill the air compressor, so I'm going to hop off after I get everything all put together, all the lids and everything on, which I probably will want to pour some of this extra resin into a couple of things, but I am just giving you a heads up. So, probably a kind of short stream tonight. Alright, those are both full now. Let's spritz those down as well. Alright. Cool. So we've got everything. Let's make sure everything's spritzed down. I'll start putting some lids on. And then I want to put a little bit of extra clear onto these. Just hold the posts down. That's more than enough. Okay. Let's hope that actually filters into the right spot. Just over here. Okay, I'll move these over so that I can remember to put them with everything. And then let's grab, so I'm making some little crystals. I have these crystal molds, and I'm making some for someone who asked for some. I'm going to use some of our extra resin in there. Let's see, I actually have one here that I brushed the mold with some stuff. So let's maybe, well, some of those might be good with like the dark blue. These I brushed with some powders and pigments. I think that might be nice with like a dark blue background. So let's do that for a couple of these. And then I'm actually probably going to use some of this in like a spare D4. I like having like an extra D4. Just as like, I like sending them along with orders. So let's put some of this in here. So let's use the rest of this glittery resin. Put that in here. Alright. Get that out of the way. And I actually already made some that have the just the clear with the copper, so I think I'm gonna use that in the D4 as well, and we'll use the blues and stuff in the crystals. Excellent. So there's a D4. Let me just put a little bit of this on the lid. There we go. There's a D4. And we'll press that down. Oops. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, then let's add some dark blue to these. I think the dark blue might make a good background for this dark purple. So we're going to start. It's thick enough that it's kind of not. It takes a minute for it to work its way into the mold. And then we have some pretty lighter blue here. I'll put that into one of these as well. So I am, yeah, we'll see how things turn out. I'm hoping that the swirls and everything stayed for the black and the rose gold. We'll see how that looks. And then I'm not sure on the fake dice with the reds and the blacks, but we'll see. I feel like it didn't quite turn out. The one that I like the most, I don't know if it'll work with the bones. So, you know, a lot of these things, it's just like, you know, I gotta wait and see. We'll wait and see how things look once they come out of the molds. You know, you never quite know. You know, I can get a pretty good idea of how things are gonna look just because, you know, I've done this a little bit at this point. I kind of know what different things will do effect-wise, but you know, that's part of the fun, I think, of dice making and resin and everything. Is like it's always a little bit of a surprise how things are going to end up. Like a little bit of it is left to chance. It's the same with soap making. I did also enjoy that with soap making, because like, you know, you got to wait 24 hours until you can actually see how things turned out. With painting, like, you can see how it's turning out in front of you. You can also change things as you're going. But with resin and with soap, it's a little bit of a surprise. There's some black, blue. Let me add some of this blue to this blue. This one needs a little bit more resin, so we're gonna add some light blue there too. Okay, cool. That one seems to be done. And this one we're gonna add more dark blue. Yeah, so this is related to what I'm doing right now, but if anyone ever has like something that I don't make but that they'd be interested in getting, or something that like I don't have listed in my shop but you've seen me make before, something like that, you can always message me and ask about getting something. Like these crystals. That's what made me think of it, but a little of this black here. Like, you know, I'm usually down for making stuff. If I can't or something, you know, I'll always tell you, but let's grab this black. But it's always kind of fun doing something that's a little bit different than normal, so I'm usually game for things, unless I don't have like the equipment or I don't think I can do it. Alright, there's those crystals. Should we do another D4 maybe? We're gonna do a brown D4 because I've already done some brown crystals. Just a straight up brown one. You know, I gotta figure out, so the extra like D10s, not extra, but like the ones that I did originally that didn't quite turn out for this set, will probably end up in my shop at some point if they don't end up like part of some sort of mismatched set or something. With a lot of my orders, so if you order like a 7-piece set of dice, I'll send like an extra D4. That's just like miscellaneous random. That's what I'm making here, these miscellaneous random D4s. And if I do like a set of D6s, I'll usually send like a miscellaneous random D6. But I don't know what I should do if I do like a set of D10s. Should I do like a miscellaneous random D10? I mean, I feel like that could be a thing. I guess that would make sense. It would make sense with the like, I'm doing D6s and everything. I think I just answered my own question. That's, you guys get to be my rubber duck for troubleshooting. You guys are my troubleshooting rubber duck. Which, if you don't know, is like a coding thing. Or if you don't have, like, a person to talk to work through, like, what the issue is, you have, like, a rubber duck that you just explain everything to. And it just helps to, like, try and explain what your issue is out loud. Let's add some black in here. Alright, we'll do some pink. Enough of that. Let's do some little pink rocks and crystals. I think these will be pretty. Oh, my knee. My knee's been bothering me recently for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just getting old. Old man Liz. Just getting old. Yeah, to be fair, like, I guess I've always had, like, achy joints. That's always been a thing. But, I don't know, my knee's been bothering me for a couple weeks now. It's just weird. It's just weird. I don't know. I've been feeling old lately. Alas, alack. Let's put everything down again. Break all the bubbles. Great. There's bubbles on this one that don't want to break. Yeah, this is definitely getting kind of thick, so I think I'm gonna start wrapping things up. Let's get our lids on. We'll call things, but I got extra resin here still. I want to use up my extra resin. I'm gonna do a couple more crystals, and I think I might do one more D4. It's hard to estimate like exactly how much resin I'll need when I'm not just doing 7-piece sets. I wrote it down. I did write it down to go measure everything else, but alright. There's more crystals. And we'll do another D4. Maybe I'll actually do the black and the pink, because I do. Yeah, we'll do some black and some pink. The D4 is a little bit easier to do, a little bit quicker, just because it has like a bigger opening and everything. I don't have to try and be like quite as precise with where I'm plopping all the resin. So we'll just throw that in there. That's off the side. Oops. And I'm going to do the rest of the pink. I need to sort through all of my molds at some point. Some of them are getting a little bit old. I should really sort through them and figure out which ones need to go. Which ones are still good. A lot of them are still good, but some of them are just a little bit old. They're kind of bleached a little bit from so much use. Getting scratched up a little bit, which, you know, isn't great when you want to polish things. But that's on my to-do list too at some point. Okay, there's all that. I guess we're gonna add the last of the clear with the copper, I think. I like that'll be a good combo. We've got our black, we've got our rose gold, and we'll do clear with copper. I should do some more combos of things that have like foils and glitter in them, like things that have like flowers and foils and glitter, or foils and iridescent flakes. Like I realized that some of those are they just look nice. Let's do a few more little crystals. And we'll do the light blue in here. Throw the light blue into the like little crystal clusters here. I feel like it'll kind of fall into the tips a little bit, and then I can do the dark blue behind it and it'll look nice. Okay. Use that up. There's some bubbles that are still rising to the surface here. Actually, these over here are looking pretty good. I should probably get the lids on those. Alright, so we've almost used up all the resin. We're almost done. Just trying to, I don't want to have a whole bunch of like wasted resin. I already have a whole bunch of resin scraps, which I showed off at the very beginning of the stream. Don't need to add to that. I should make a note and start doing I should start preparing some of those resin scraps for some more dice. I feel like that's kind of a fun, interesting thing, using the leftover scraps. Alright, use this last little bit of red. There's not very much red left, so. Alright. A little bit brown left. That's good enough. There's a little bit more brown in there, but it's there's like a little tiny bit more of the clear with the copper too. I'll just throw it in one of these. Alright, cool. And a little bit of just clear too. We'll throw that into a couple of these molds. Alright. Start getting some lids on things. Okay. So, let's see here. These appear to not really have many bubbles, so let's start getting the lids on these first. Always makes it a little bit easier when there's not a lot of bubbles. get all these lids on. There's a few little bubbles in the, oh, there's a little bubble there. There's a few little bubbles on the lid. I'll just try and get rid of those first. And I'm trying to make it so that there's no air trapped in between like the lid and the mold itself. You know, that's just asking to get gaps in there. I don't want gaps in there. Alright. Looks like our black and our rose gold are looking good. So let's get those lids on as well. I want to make sure that I don't want to push down on them, but I want to make sure that the lids are sitting in the right spot. There's the rose gold one. It looks like there's a cat hair there. There's always a cat hair. There's gotta be one somewhere. Luckily it wasn't actually in the dye, but we're just gonna kind of swivel it around a little bit, try and get it all lined up. And I might end up putting something on top of that just to help hold it down. Alright, that one looks good. Alright, that one looks good. We'll put that on top of there. This one has a few little bubbles on the lid as well. They like to get caught around the numbers, which is part of the reason I put resin on them, is to kind of help prevent air getting trapped like that around the numbers. But even if there's just even if there's a few little air bubbles, that's fine. These are going to be going in a pressure pot, which will take all those air bubbles and squish them down really, really small. And I'm not just worried about here. This one, all of the stuff has gone to the side, but I'm not as worried about it because there's no numbers for it to get trapped on. And this is a test anyways, so it'll be okay. Let's just put that on. Yeah, this one's just our test. We're trying out the black and the red pigments to see how they swirl, how they shimmer. We'll see what happens with that. Trying to get those bubbles out of there. Alright. I think these D10s will be good, which is good, because I need to get these done quick. They're a little bit of a rush order. Okay, I do want to, you can't see it very well off to the side here. Move these over. Here's my fancy tray here. I'm going to try and shove some of these, like, pendant pieces in between some of these, just to hold them upright. I want to make sure that these stay upright. I'll put in the pressure pot. I don't want to knock them over, which is something that I have and could do. Let's these down again. Alright, let's get our oceany ones with all their lids on. Alright, got that, the bubbles out of there. And let me get the lid out of the way. Alright. I hope these turn out well. I have actually made a set like this with my my updated masters and stuff, but they were my mom's Christmas presents, which is why, so they, you know, they were never in the shop or anything. I think I posted a photo of them, maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I posted it. You're gonna go eat and then you'll be on the Discord. Alright. Hey, have fun. We're just wrapping up here anyways. I'll probably come chat in a bit. I have some stuff I need to work on drawing as well. Alright, there's that one. maybe I'll go, like I did eat dinner before this, but maybe I'll go eat more dinner. Like I wasn't super, like I had chicken and asparagus and yams, but now I'm like, more chicken and asparagus and yams. That sounds like a good plan. So I might go eat more chicken and asparagus and yams. Oh, you know, do I want to work on drawing a thing tonight, or do I want to finish, like, I found some more stuff for the bird painting, and I'm almost done with it. I could go work on that, too, while we chat. I feel like that one needs something on top of it. Alright. So this is one of the few ones I do actually press down. Most of them I don't press down. This one, just because of how it's set up, I do press down. It has like a kind of a key to it. I end up with like a raised face if I don't press this one down. Alright. Just make sure the things are, all the lids are on. I do have a couple more things here that I need to make sure they stay upright, so let's jam those in there as well. That's a clean that up a little bit. Let's get some of the resin that's fallen down there. This one might be a little bit more difficult to wedge. So I'm gonna wedge this in here. I want to wedge it without getting like the resin all over it. Okay, that's fine. As long as it's upright enough that I can that it will cure, it's fine. All right. So I'm just gonna put all these little crystals on here, and we'll be all set to go. So I think we are gonna wrap things up for the night. Might go hang out on Discord for a bit. It sounds like Jen's gonna do some drawing over there. If you wanna come hang out and chat or anything. But I'm gonna go get these in the pressure pot. So I'm gonna finish stacking these. If I can make sure everything's wedged here. Anyways, yeah, I think that is everything for tonight. So thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we can hang out again. I do stream every Wednesday and Saturday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think we're going to do some maybe embroidery on Saturday. Do something a little bit different than resin. But thank you for stopping by. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye!